Did you guys see what Shroud said yesterday about the Game Awards? The Arc Raider things? Yeah, so Shroud is like really into Arc Raiders. If you haven't seen, the Arc Raiders is the new third-person extraction shooter. And so it's like similar to Tarkov, but is honestly just way cooler in every single way. I honestly do enjoy watching some people play Arc Raiders, mainly because the community just kind of tends to be really wholesome. Like, anybody that plays solos just constantly gets to co-op with a lot of cool people. But when talking about it, Shroud got a little butthurt that his game wasn't going to win Game of the Year this year because there's been a very competitive number of good games this year, notably Silksong and obviously Expedition 33. I just want to play this clip. We're gonna play it for a little bit and just really delve into what he's saying here.
I feel like Game of the Year needs to be two different categories.
Game of the Year needs to be two different categories. You know, all right, let's go on.
Yeah.
I feel like multiplayer and single player competing doesn't make sense because it's so easy for a single player game to win.
Right. Okay. So multiplayer and single player should be separated because single player games always win. I think that there's some relative truth to the fact that single player games do oftentimes win because single player games tend to be more pushing the boundaries of what can happen. Also, they're more storytelling games, so they evoke more of a response from the audience versus a lot of multiplayer games tend to be like more rehashy of the same genre, but in a better way. That's exactly what Arc Raiders is, right? Arc Raiders is a new take on the extraction shooter, but in an amazing, in beautiful way.
You know? I think they should just make two. Absolutely, it is.
I feel like,
dude, the last time a multiplayer game won was 2016.
Yeah, Overwatch.
What was it? Well, dude, Overwatch. Okay, wait. What do you mean by multiplayer? Do you mean PvP? Because that's not true.
This is where it gets good.
If you're talking strictly PvP, then yes, you're right.
I mean, isn't it just multiplayer only?
Well, no, because it's It Takes Two, didn't it? It Takes Two win
okay,
Game of the
bro,
Year?
that's not multiplayer. It did win Game of the Year, though.
It did win Game of the Year back in 2021, 4 years ago.
Which is surprising.
It is surprising, but
honestly,
not really.
It is a good game.
Co-op is very different than multiplayer.
Co-op is different than multiplayer. I want to really hone in on this point. Because again, I think this is just Shroud yapping. But I think it's hilarious, the line that we're about to go down on, all right? So Shroud says that co-op games are not multiplayer, okay? So if we go back to 2021, the year that It Takes Two, a co-op game, won Game of the Year, not only did it win Game of the Year, it also won another category. It won a number of other categories, but another category that it won, Best Multiplayer Game. There's a category for it, Shroud. There's a category called Best Multiplayer Game. It already exists. So I don't know what you mean by there needs to be a Game of the Year for multiplayer games when Best Multiplayer Game already exists as a category. But if you go back to 2021 and you look at Best Multiplayer Game, you can see It Takes Two was nominated, along with Back 4 Blood, which is a Left 4 Dead game. It's a part of it's a Left 4 Dead game, which is a co-op game. This is a co-op multiplayer game. Would you consider this not a multiplayer game? It's a co-op only game. It was also there with Monster Hunter Rise. Would you consider Monster Hunter Rise not a multiplayer game? It's a co-op only multiplayer game. It was also there with Knockout City, which is a multiplayer game, New World, which is a multiplayer MMO, and even Valheim has a lot of co-op elements to it. And then It Takes Two did not only win the multiplayer category, but it also won. It also did win Game of the Year. And you got to know that every single thing that wins a category in the Game Awards is forever amazing, and we have to respect it for the test of time. Nobody or no game has never won a Game Award that we then had changed opinions about. This has never happened. Because, again, Best Multiplayer Game, It Takes Two from Hazelight and Electronic Arts. So it's you know, nothing. We don't have changed opinions on Overwatch. Yeah, no, I just thought that was hilarious. Again, no flame towards Shroud. I think he was just yapping, and he's just butthurt that his game is not going to win Game of the Year. I do think that it kind of feels just like a slight bit analogous towards like when's the White History Month? is like I want my game that I like to win. I want my game that I like to be celebrated more. It's like, it's okay, man. It is harder. It is harder when a game comes out and wows the entire fucking planet. Sounds like he just wants his PvP argument, which, by the way, best shooter game used to be a category. It was a category back in 2015 and 2016, or it's 2014, 2015. But it was a category for 2 years until it was tested out for 2 years in the 2010s, had bad reception, and they got rid of it. People didn't like the category because the category every year is going to be Best Shooter of the Year, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 90, Battlefield 82, Helldivers. I just thought it was funny. I thought it was really funny. Again, there's no actual flame towards Shroud. I think that he was just yapping out of his ass, and it's just a random clip. But I do think that it's hilarious that Jake Sucky tweets out, actually good Shroud take. And it's like, no, the fuck it in. There already is a multiplayer category, bro. There's already best multiplayer game of the year. Like, actually goated Shroud take. Yeah. This is newsworthy. I'm more clowning on the fact that people think that this is a newsworthy thing to tweet out. Shroud's calling for the change of the Game Awards. Fuck. I'm down to have 2 separate categories. What do you mean? This rage bait, Waffle. You're rage baiting right now. Stop.
They should make a category for people who just sit on stream and talk. Call it only talking or something.
True. Yeah, it's like when people come in to my stream and they're like, yo, have you ever like played Slay the Streamer with your community before? I mean, a category for single player and a category for multiplayer, but also I just play games. I don't care. There is a category for multiplayer. You're not understanding. Yeah, there's not a category for best single player game. Cool. Is that what you want? You want... No, there's not a category. There doesn't need to be a fucking category for best single player game. Shroud is saying that multiplayer games never win Game of the Year. But in reality, multiplayer games are actually more represented than single player games at the Game Awards. It's bait. You're baiting. We should just get rid of Game of the Year. Yeah, true. We actually shouldn't celebrate any good games, because when we do, we're not celebrating the other good games. We should actually just have a category that's best Shroud's Game of the Year.
Time for a best single player, best 2 player, best 3 player, best 4 player, etc. Surely that would not be a drag.
True. Yeah, no, if we get best single player and best multiplayer, okay, but like MMOs are never going to win best multiplayer, man. So like, we need best 1,000+ player game.
He's an arsonist on a noble quest to escape the wrath of the IRS. He's got conflicting positions in the endless fight for queer folks, animal eternity.